What is going on, everyone? Welcome to another very exciting episode right here on the MIgardener channel. In today's episode, we're going to be doing a follow-up to the video we did 2 episodes ago, talking about why your leaves are turning yellow and what you can do about it. We had so many people that wrote in asking me to do a follow-up, not in regards to why their leaves are turning yellow, but instead why their leaves are turning red. So I like to read through comments and emails because it helps to gauge not only interest, but also future videos. And there was just such an overwhelming amount that I said, hey, I don't have anything planned for today other than I know I'm gonna do a video, but why not do a video on that topic? So that's what we're gonna do. So I hope you guys are gonna enjoy this. So let's jump on into it because there's quite a few reasons why your leaves could be turning red. I always like to start with, I guess, the one that causes the least concern and the least amount of attention that you have to give. Sometimes in the garden, there's issues that are issues, but they tend to resolve themselves. And I like looking at those as possible reasons first, so that you don't have to jump to conclusions and risk overcompensating. I know, and I'm totally guilty of this, that a lot of times if I see an issue, I want to try to fix it. I won't be able to sleep at night until I fix it. And that's sometimes not the right way to look at it. Sometimes if you go about it as, okay, it's an issue and I can troubleshoot these different scenarios, the one that's the most logical is the one that I often just don't look at. And I might spend a lot of time and effort and resources trying to fix an issue that isn't really the actual root cause of the issue. So let's start with the one that's, I guess, the most sensible. And that's that, hey, it's early spring. Our nights are getting kind of cold. We're not near freezing, but the nights are getting cold. And they are dipping down into the high 30s, low 40s. And for a lot of plants, they don't like that. And so cold can actually cause your leaves to turn red, especially on your cold weather crops. I actually have some cilantro that turned just a deep shade of red. And I was concerned when I first saw it. But then after I went back to all my teachings, all my classes and courses about leaf changes and the colors that they can show when they're under stress or some type of environmental factor is off, I realized, well, hold on a sec. We just had some weather like a week and a half ago that was like 28 degrees, well below freezing. The cilantro was planted out at that point. They went through that cold weather. Cold weather is more than likely my issue. Doesn't mean it's your issue, but cold weather can be a really big cause in early spring because anytime you have a cold snap like that, the plants, they tend to go into survival mode. And that's what plants do. Anytime plants go through a super cold snap, they'll change the leaf color. That's why leaves on trees go from green to red. It's just a survival instinct and a way that they can kind of slow down and shut down so that they're not spending energy where energy really won't be maximized. And so because the plants realize, well, hey, I might not be able to photosynthesize because the weather's getting cold, they don't have a calendar. They don't know what tomorrow is. All they can tell is what the current temperature is. And so they don't know that tomorrow is going to be warmer than it is today. They just say, okay, today is today and today is very cold. Winter might be coming, fall might be coming. So they kind of go into that survival mode. And that's why leaves can, a lot of times in early spring, turn red. And that doesn't require any type of interaction from you. That just requires the weather to get warm, and you'll find in 3 to 5 days, the new leaves start coming out and they're green again. So that's what happened. And in fact, I'll show you what I'm talking about. We'll pan over and check out the cilantro here. All the new leaves are coming out and they're nice and deep green again. So no harm, nothing done that needed a whole lot of over worrying and overcompensation. Now the next reasons why your leaves can be turning red require something from you. They require some action. And so I want to talk about those because there's quite a few of them. The first one is a nutrient deficiency. The one that we look at when leaves start turning red is phosphorus. This can be seen in tomatoes, corn, peppers. I've seen it. I've also seen it with brassicas, things like cauliflower, cabbage, broccoli. I've seen red leaves on a whole host of plants, and you all have sent in the pictures. So I've seen them on plants that I didn't even really think could turn red, that turned red. And more often than not, the cause of this is a phosphorus deficiency. Phosphorus deals with root and flower development. However, phosphorus deficiencies, unlike nitrogen deficiencies, They can also show up in leaves when the case has gone on for a long time. It's usually not the first thing that shows itself. Usually the first thing that would show itself is, a poor root system or a lack of flowers. If the problem persists, that's where it becomes a little more systemic. That's where it becomes a little more of an issue. It's a lot like if, I don't know, for a lack of a better example, let's say you have a cold that's not going away, and you keep coughing and keep coughing and keep coughing. The cough was, the first symptom, but you thought maybe the cough will just go away, and then let's say you ended up with pneumonia later because you didn't address the cough. Just a completely random example. I don't know why, but you see what I'm saying? The cough was not addressed, and so it got worse with pneumonia. And so it's the very same thing with your plants. The slight issues that you might ignore and think might go away, then become bigger issues that show themselves later. So that's usually when you'd want to start fertilizing with a little bit of phosphorus. Not a ton. Phosphorus, a little bit goes a long way. Just remember that. A little bit goes a long way. So use something like a really good compost. Use something like bone meal is another wonderful example. If you're not into using animal products, go with something like just a really all-purpose rock phosphate is another good one, or an all-purpose organic fertilizer that doesn't use animal products. Just something that has a good middle number. First number is nitrogen, middle number is phosphorus, third number on every fertilizer bag is potassium. So NPK, you want to focus on the phosphorus. As long as you're giving them some phosphorus, they should bounce back. The second reason why your leaves are turning red is because of a pH imbalance. This is very, very common, and I've seen this so often. In the early spring, when we just re-amended our beds, let's say we added some lime, or let's say we added some compost that might have been a little wonky with the pH, or let's say we added let's say we just built some new beds and we had a lot of clay, or let's say we used some wood ash, or like I said, lime, something that you'd use to amend your soil and loosen it up a little bit. You can actually cause the pH to become too alkaline. And if your soil is too alkaline, what happens is the alkalinity is not the problem. The alkalinity causes the plants to not be able to uptake nutrients. So it becomes a nutrient issue. Even though you have lots of nutrients in your soil, it becomes a nutrient issue because the plants cannot uptake the nutrients in the soil because the pH is off. So what you want to do, very simple, just take out a little pH strip. You can get them online, any lab testing store. I bet you even places like Lowe's and Home Depot have pH test strips for pools. You can get, they have them everywhere. A pool supply store. Just get yourself some pH test strips. Grab a little bit of soil, mix it with some water, dip it in the water, dip the test strip in the water, and just see what color the test strip is. Compare it to the color bar on the package there, and you're going to find out really quickly if it's a pH issue. So easy. If you do find you have alkaline soil, very simple to fix. Don't freak out. All you have to do is add either a little bit of sulfur, add some compost, some good compost, test the pH of the compost, because pH can sometimes vary with compost, but generally compost will be a pH of 7. That's a neutral pH, which is good. pH is generally, more often than not, I'd say about 99.9% of the times. I've seen it where it can be off, but I'd say if I'm a betting man, I'd bet more often than not, the pH of compost has a tendency to be a neutralizer. So if it's acidic or alkaline, it tends to bring in those extremes to a more even 7. And that's what compost is great at. That's why I love growing in compost, because it just fixes a world of hurt no matter no matter what's wrong. The other thing you can add is magnesium sulfate. Magnesium sulfate is magnesium and sulfur, so it's got kind of the best of both worlds. You want to go light on it, but it can be dissolved in water and water your plants for a super fast-acting source of magnesium and sulfur. It also lowers the pH. So wonderful, wonderful little trick there. But those are some reasons why your leaves can be turning red, is because of a pH imbalance. Now the next reason that can cause some red leaves is actually a disease. Now this does not affect all your plants. This only affects a few plants, but it does affect quite a few in the Brassica family. If you have a disease called root knot nematode, now this is something that is far down on the totem pole, so far down on my list of concerns because it only affects a handful of crops, but can affect, and I've seen some really affected plants. So what you want to do is you want to look and just make sure that you've already addressed the pH. Make sure that you've already addressed the nutrients. And make sure you've addressed a few of the other things that we've talked about. You know, if everything else checks out, there's a good chance that if your plants continue to turn red and it doesn't ever fix itself, if you pull one plant up and you see a lot of knots, a lot of gnarly, kind of gangly looking roots, that can be caused from root knot nematode. And basically the root knots reduce the ability for the plant to uptake nutrients. And a nutrient that they need is phosphorus. So it really always kind of goes back to phosphorus, but it's not always that phosphorus is lacking in the soil. I really hope that you're picking up on that. You might have tons of phosphorus in your soil, but the plant can't uptake it. So that's that's another reason, but it really only affects a handful of crops. The majority are being brassicas, broccoli, cabbage, cauliflower, kale, things like that. And then the final reason why your leaves could be turning red is because of a lack of water. This also happens to us at times. We've had this happen. Anytime you go away for an extended period of time, in the middle of summer, it gets super dry, or you forget to water, or let's just say your soil dries out really quickly and you just kind of neglect your soil for a couple days. If they get really dry, leaves can start turning red on all of your plants. This can happen because water is required to uptake what? Nutrients. And what nutrients do they need? You know the answer, phosphorus. So this can be a cause for why the plants are not uptaking the nutrients, because there's just not enough water in the soil. So you water your plants more often, that stress goes away, they're able to uptake the nutrients, and it has a tendency to kind of fix itself after that. So just make sure that if you stick your finger down in your soil or you get a moisture probe, just make sure that there's adequate moisture in your soil. Plants need that moisture. They do, all times of year. Now, a great way to fix that for the long term, rather than just keep watering, if you find your soil is drying out really quickly and you have a lot of sandy soil, or your soil's rich in draining material like perlite or things like that, pea gravel. If your soil has a lot of that in it, which it shouldn't have a lot of it in it, it should have a lot of it should have a lot of humus, a lot of organic matter, a lot of spongy, beautiful, rich, earthy smelling soil, because that is what holds on to moisture. That's what will help your plants long term. So that's what you need to add more of if you find your soils drying out. Just amend your beds. Hi, fly. A fly, like, I don't know if you caught that. A fly like hit me in the lip. You're excused. Anyways, make room for Mother Nature. All right, so those are all the reasons why your leaves could be turning red. And there's a lot of other like tiny little nitpicks, but I like to touch on the big stuff, the stuff that causes, are the most common causes for issues. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you learned something new. And as always, this is Luke from the MIgardener channel, reminding you to grow big or go home. If you like this video, make sure to throw a like up there. Share it with a friend if you think they'd enjoy it as well. And we'll catch you all on the next episode. All right, get out in the garden, grow big or go home. We'll see you later. Bye.